So let's continue. For the group index, no, especially for AASH2, naa siya group index. So this group index is to further evaluate soils within a group or subgroups. Maybe this could be used by geotechnical engineers, no, for further evaluation, no. But for us, no, we are like most up lang ta sa group index, no. Or determination of or classification of soil when using AASH2. So we have this formula. Now the first term, this term is could be determined by liquid limit, and the second term is determined by the plasticity index. Since there is this liquid limit formula in the first term, and the second term there is this is PI. There is PI. Now for group A2, A-2-6 and A-2-7, no, the GI is reduced to this formula through using the second term only, no, this formula. So the if F200 is percentage passing through the number 200 sieve, no. So in general, the rating for a pavement subgrade is inversely proportional to the group index. So for the transportation engineering, no, in design of a pavement subgrade, there is you will encounter GI, no, group index. So that is inversely proportional the pavement subgrade rating for pavement subgrade. So we have here the table, no, for the classification. So depende siya. So later we'll try to answer an example, no, using the AASH2. So we have A2, like general classification. This is the granular materials, 35% or less of total sample passing, number 200. No, we have A1 and A2. So this part here is for the granular materials or 35% or less passing, number 200. No, and if through sieve analysis, then percentage passing is for number 10, number 40, and number 200. So 50 max, 50 maximum, meaning number 40, 30 maximum, and number 200 is 15 maximum. So depende, no? So we can actually understand this one through example. That this is the continuation for the fine material. So this group classification, the A4, A5, A6, A7, 7-5A, and 7-6B is for silt clay materials more than 35% of total passing, number 200 sieve. No? Note that the first group from the left to fit the test data is the correct AASH2 classification. So you have to classify the soil from left to right. So from left to right, no? For example, we are given this according to AASH2. I think this is the same example earlier. Okay, we are given this criteria or given this values, no, the percent passing, number 200 is 86%, the liquid limit is 70, and the plasticity index is 32. No, so first we have to determine the number 200 sieve passing is 86%, so meaning more than 35%, di ba? So kung earlier ganina, so this one is 35% or less. So dili siya mo fall diri. Instead, mo fall siya diri, which is more than 35% total sample passing, number 200, because given is 86%. No? So gikan ana, then we are only given the liquid limit and PI, no? And in here, naakay number 10, number 40, and number 200. Then, number 200 is 86%. So, mo-fall siya aning A4, which is 36 minimum, no? Because in here, the liquid limit is 40 max. Then, imong liquid limit na given is already 70, which is, dili siya pwede dire. And plasticity index nimo is 10 maximum. Dili gihapon siya mo fall dire dapit. So, we can go on, no? In here, this is okay. Then, sa A5 is 36 minimum. Imong number 200, which is your given number 200 sieve passing is 86%, which is ni comply siya. And this one, A6, A-6, still ni comply siya. And for A7 to A-7-5, A-7-6B, still ni comply siya. Okay, ni comply tani. Balik ta sa liquid limit and plasticity index, no? Wala ta ni comply sa A4, so delete na ni siya. This is X na. So sa A5, your liquid limit is 70. 41 minimum. Okay. But your PI in here, your plasticity index in the table is 10 maximum, but the given is 32 already. So, wala. This is X. And for A36, A-6, 40 max, not, dili siya pwede because 70 naman siya. Then, 11 minimum, okay, no? Because, ni-fall siya sa, your PI is 32. Since this is 11 minimum. But still, wala siya ni kumpara ng liquid limit. So, your A5 is di mao and your A6 is still dili mao. So, only nabilin is kaning tulo. Diba? Napay tulo. Perhaps, mo-fall siya aning tulo. Pasin, but we have to choose, no? Only one classification sa soil. So, yung liquid limit sa table is 41 minimum. The given is 70, which is okay. And PI is 32. The PI here is 11 minimum. So, okay. So, nikuan siya aning tulo. But, still naatay classification, no? For A-7-5, your PI is less than or equal to LL minus 30. So, pila man ni siya? Yung PI is less than or equal to, your liquid limit is 70 minus 30. Your PI here is 40. Diba? And your PI given, PI is 32. Which is less than 40. Diba? This is okay. But kung ato ni siyang i-try, no? Try for A7-6, A-7-6. PI is greater than, dili ma-okay because your PI given is 32. No? And the answer is 40. So, only this one, this classification complies all the conditions, no? So, meaning, A-7-5 is the classification of the soil. However, we have to determine the group index for that classification, because according to here, for group for group A-2-6, you have to use GI 0.01 times F200 minus 15 PI minus 10, Otherwise, you have to use this formula, for other AASH2 classification. But for these two group, A-2-6 and A-2-7, you have to use GI 0.01. So this one, kaning sa example, you have to use, okay. Since this is not A-2-6, so we have to use GI, this formula, So try to solve using, so this F200, this is 86%, or this is 86, Then LL is given as 70, and F200 is 86, PI is 32. Try to solve this one if this is really the answer. So the correct soil classification is this one, A-7-5, that close and open parentheses, your group index 33. Then yes, another soil classification, another example. Alright, try to answer, So this one, okay. Example problem. Is this really the solution? 190, delete. And okay. Try to answer this problem. This example problem, this is your assignment. Since wala man siya sa solution. Assignment, I forgot, murag assignment number 3 or 2. Assignment, this one. But yeah, classify the soil based on AASH2 and USCS classification system. So this is AASH2 and this is USCS classification system, For example, we have this, another example is this one. Try to find by USCS. So, gikan ani, we have to determine first, we have to draw first a graph, Logarithmic. So, maglisod tag draw. Say, this is the graph. This is the diameter in millimeter in logarithmic system. Diameter in millimeter. And this y-axis, this is the percent passing. Remember in the previous discussion, diba? Logarithmic. Say this is 0.01, 0.1, 10, 1, sorry. So, gamay lang din. Kaayo, gamay kaya itong pan. And this is 10. This is 0, to 100% passing. This is 10, 20, 30, 40. So in your assignment, you have to use a graphing paper, no? Or logarithmic paper ba na siya? Sana by paper, logarithmic paper. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So, since wala kayo tayo area, no, madringan, please bear with me na lang. So, we have 94%, 4.75. So, where is 4.75? Somewhere here, diba? Since this is logarithmic, somewhere here, 94%. So, ano siya? Is 1. Then, we have 63. 2. Where is 2? So, somewhere, kani, this is 2, which is 63. Say, naa siya dire, no? And 21% passing, 0.85. Where is 0.85? Somewhere here, no? And 21. So, maraging ano siya, no? And 10%, 0.4. Where is 0.4? 10. And 7%, 0.2. 0.2, where is na dire, no? So, 7 and 0.155 and 0.075 3. 0.075 somewhere here, no? So, bali, the graph of that logarithmic, ano siya? This is in logarithmic scale, log scale, no? It should be in log scale. So, during your assignment or in your computation of your assignment, so you have to use a graphing paper. Siguro. Graphing paper, you have to use graphing paper, no? Use here, kaning assignment, use graphing paper to trace exactly, no, the percent and the diameter. So we have to, by USCS, so maamo na siyang USCS now. Notice that we have to get the CU, CC, PI, R200, R4, no? So for D10, that is 10%. The diameter, no? Or the size of the soil at 10% passing. So where is 10% here, di ba? Muna siya, if you trace that one and try to trace that one, this part here, that is 0.4, no? This 0.4. And your D30, that is murag mo-fall gid siya sa 1. That is why this is 1. And your D60, sobra siya 1 something. 1 point, this is why 1.75. And remember in the USCS, this is the table for the USCS. First, we have to classify the soil from left to right. So we have to determine percent passing 200 less than 50 or percent passing 200 greater than or equal to 50. So in the example, dire, your sieve number 200% passing is only 3%, which is less than 50%. So meaning, na mo fall ta dire, no? So dire ta. Then we have to determine the R4 over the R200. So this is actually retained percent passing number 4 and retained passing number 200. Meaning, pilay na bilin nga percent passing sa number 4 nga sieve o pilay percent nga nabilin sa na-retain sa number 200 sieve. So first, we have to get the R200. So meaning, your R200 retained, no? Sa 200 sieve. So, 100, which is the total percent, minus the 3%. Since mo man ang nipas sa number 200 sieve. So, mo nang 97% your R200 and your R4, which is equal to 94 is 100 minus 94. This is your R4 or the percent nga na-retain sa sieve number 4. So that R4 divided by R200 is 0.062. So 0.062, no? This one is 0.062. So meaning, ni-fall ka diri sa sands, no? The sands, so we can choose this according to condition. So we can actually choose this one kanini fall, okay, diba? Alright, so your F200 is, remember your F200, this is equal to 3%, which is less than 5. So meaning we can choose these two, this SW and SP, diba? But we have to consider the CU and CC. So we have to get the CU and CC. Your CU is, remember the coefficient of CU, the coefficient of uniformity is, this is D60 divided by D10. And your CC is actually D30 squared. Remember this one? D60 times D10. Diba? So getting this one through this, no, values, your CU is 4.375 and your CC is 1.429. 4 point, wala siya, di ba? Because CU is 4 point something. 4 point something. But this one, CU should be greater than or equal to 6. So, wala siya ni fall diri. X na ni siya. X. Your SW is not this way classification. So, meaning, we can only choose this criteria SP, not meeting the SW criteria of CU and CC. So, SP means poorly graded sand, no? Which is poorly graded sand. If you try to look at what is the meaning of the SP, what kind of soil, no? Ganina. Perhaps you can find that SP is poorly graded sand. And then try to answer this example, no? This example, try to answer this by your own. And then we're done with this soil classification system. Okay. And try to answer the assignment. Right.